It was Christmas Eve, the night when people everywhere dream of giving gifts to the ones they love. But for one young couple, Jim and Della, the holiday wasn't about wealth or shiny decorations or expensive presents. They lived in a tiny apartment, barely making enough to get by. Their furniture was old, their income small, and in their pockets, only a few coins rattled together. Yet, even though they had so little, Jim and Della had something greater than money. They had love. And that love made them long to give each other a Christmas gift that was truly special. Not a gift measured by its price, but by the meaning behind it. This is the story of sacrifice, of devotion, and of what it means to give with your heart. It is the story of the gift of the Magi. Della sat at the little table in their apartment, counting her money. $1.87. That was all. She counted it 3 times, hoping somehow the coins would magically add up to more. But no, $1.87. Not even close to enough for a fine gift. She sighed and looked at herself in the mirror. Her hair, long, brown, and beautiful, fell past her shoulders like a river of silk. It was her pride and joy. Jim loved it too. Sometimes he would gently brush it, telling her how it shone in the light. Suddenly, an idea struck Della. It was bold, maybe even foolish, but love often pushes us to do brave things. She grabbed her coat, wrapped a scarf around her head, and hurried out into the cold winter streets. She stopped in front of a small shop with a sign, "Hair Goods Bought." Inside, a woman with sharp eyes looked at Della's thick hair. "Will you buy it?" Della asked nervously. "I will," the woman replied, examining the hair. $20. $20? Della's heart leapt. She nodded quickly. In a moment, her long locks were cut away, and she walked out of the shop with her head light, her hair short, but her heart full of purpose. With the money in her pocket, Della searched the shops until she found it. A simple, elegant chain made of silver. It wasn't flashy, but it was strong and beautiful, just like Jim. She knew instantly it was perfect for his most treasured possession, his gold pocket watch. Clutching the little box, Della hurried home. But as she stood before the mirror again, her excitement turned to worry. Her hair was gone. Would Jim still find her beautiful? Would he be disappointed? She touched the short curls around her face and whispered to herself, "It doesn't matter. I had to do it. He'll understand." That evening, Della waited by the door, nervous but excited. When Jim finally walked in carrying a small package, he stopped dead in his tracks. His eyes widened as he looked at Della's short hair. "You've cut it?" he asked quietly, almost in shock. "Yes," Della said, her voice trembling. "I sold it to buy you something. Don't be upset. My hair will grow back. But look, I got you the perfect gift." She handed him the little box with the silver chain. Jim opened it slowly, and when he saw the chain, he smiled with love and sadness all at once. He reached into his pocket and placed a small wrapped box on the table. "Della," he said softly, "I sold my watch to buy you these." She opened the package and gasped. Inside were the beautiful comb she had admired for months in the shop window, decorated with jewels, perfect for her long hair, the hair she no longer had. Della laughed through her tears. She held the combs close to her chest, even though they were now useless. Then she gave Jim the chain, though he no longer had a watch. They looked at each other and realized the truth. In that small room, with 2 gifts they could not use, they discovered the real meaning of giving. That night, Jim and Della learned what it means to give with love. They each gave up their most prized possession, not for the sake of a gift, but for the happiness of the other. The watch and the combs didn't matter anymore. What mattered was the sacrifice, the devotion, and the deep love that lived between them. We sometimes call such acts foolish. Why cut your hair for a chain? Why sell your watch for combs? But in truth, they were the wisest of all. For just like the Magi, the wise men who brought gifts to the baby Jesus, Jim and Della gave gifts of the heart. So, this Christmas and every day beyond, remember, the greatest gift is not one you can wrap in shiny paper or tie with a ribbon. The greatest gift is love.